Right now, I want to go over the Arlo Pro wire-free HD security camera. That's a mouthful, isn't it? So first of all, I'm not a tech blogger. This is just a camera that I use and I love it, and so I wanted to do a video about it. So I do DIY around the house stuff, and this counts because this is around the house. It's a great security system, plus it's really a notification device to let you know what's going on in and around your home, and you can set this up however you like. So I've had this camera for 4 years and it's worked great. So the first thing I want to do is kind of log into the app and show you what the video and audio quality are like. So let's go ahead and take you here to my smartphone. And if you log into the app, the first camera that you are, or the first screen that you will see here is kind of your cameras that are set up. So let's click on this one here. This one is named Front Door. And I will play a little video here for you. Now I have found a little glitch here. So if you push stop here, and you push play again for whatever reason, this is when it allows you to actually record. So now I want to expand this menu here. It's telling me I'm getting notifications because I'm moving the camera around here. And now I want to actually record this. So now here you are seeing the video, you're hearing the audio directly from the camera itself. I have found it to be clear and crisp in my opinion. It's worked very well and I've been able to see and hear everything that's going on. Now there are newer versions that are 2K and 4K. This right now that you are seeing is 1080p. I think it still holds up and looks pretty good if you ask me. So let's go ahead and stop this recording here. Now I'll quickly go over some of the features here in the app. So let's say we wanted to go look at that video I just recorded. You can click in the library here, and if you go to the day there, you'll see there at the top, Front Door, 12:22 p.m. That's the video we just recorded there. So we could watch that again if we wanted to. You can fast forward, you can rewind. If you click on the hamburger menu down there at the bottom, the 3 dots, you can have some other options here. If you wanted to share that video, you could favorite it, you can download it, you can also delete it. And then we can X out of there. Now if we go back in time here, the other night we had a visitor. We had a raccoon come and it alerted the night vision here so we can see that. So let's go ahead, you turn your phone to the side there, you get a full screen. You can zoom in here. If my fingers would work. You can zoom in, you can zoom out, you can play, and then again you can fast forward and rewind. So that's the night vision. It does work pretty well. Of course we leave the porch, the back door and the front door lights on at all times, so that does help. And then you can see, you just go back in history here. Here's an exciting one. I brought the world's biggest watermelon home there. So that's about it. And then I'll show you a video at the end of the most exciting thing that my camera has ever got on video. So now you could go over to settings, you can check out your devices, you can see the back porch there, you can see what the battery life is, you can see that it's connected. You've got some device info. If you wanted more info about the actual hardware, you can change your video settings here. So you could change the brightness, night vision, you could do power management if you wanted it to kind of save the video or save its power a little bit. So that's a little bit about that. If you go up here, edit, you can change the name. So that's a little bit about the settings of it. You can go to mode here. You can go to your home base. You can click on edit features there, and this will allow you to do if-then statements. So if motion on the back porch, you could click the icon there. Then you say, if motion is detected, I want you to record a video, and then I want you to send me a push notification. So you could also do email alerts. You could also say if the audio is detected, you could have it push you a notification, and you could turn the video off too if you wanted to and just do audio. So that's kind of the usability there. And then if you go right to the actual home menu here when you log in, you'll see at the top right hand corner it's got an icon that looks like a shield with an exclamation point. It actually comes with a siren that's built into the base station, and you could set that off at any time manually. You could also set up an if-then statement to set off an alarm if you wanted it to. So I could see this being used if I ever see somebody. I've never had it happen, but if I ever saw somebody actually entering my home while I wasn't there, that's the first thing that I would do, is set off that alarm, make a loud noise, let them know that, hey, somebody's paying attention. Hopefully that would get them to leave or vacate the home at that time. And then of course I would have the video showing me so I could then alert the authorities. So let's talk a little bit now about installation. If you've ever set up a wireless router in your house, you can set up this system. So you simply plug in the base station. Then you get the individual cameras next to the base station. You push a button on the base station, you push a button on the camera. It will alert you with a blue flashing light to tell you that it has been connected. At that point, you can then place the camera wherever you want. So you can go up to 300 feet line of sight as stated by the manufacturer. However, I have never gone that far, and then that is line of sight. So if you have walls, doors, cars, things in the way, of course that distance will probably be reduced, though I haven't had that issue in my house as far as it losing signal or not being able to be connected. So installing device, you figure out where you want it. In our case, we put it on the side of the home, in the back and the front, and then around the house as well. So for the cameras, you simply put in a screw, and then you get a little connector that slides onto the screw and down. It's essentially a very powerful magnet that you then put the back of the camera to. So it's a very powerful magnet that keeps this camera attached. I have not had any issues with the camera falling off or disconnecting. And we live in Colorado. We actually had windstorms not too long ago where we had gusts up to 90 miles per hour. Trees blew over, fences blew over. Never had an issue with my camera. Now let's talk about a little bit about the weather range, the temperature range. The box says it can go -4 degrees up to 110 degrees Fahrenheit. For us in Colorado, we do get below freezing. We get up to 100 degrees in the summer. Never had an issue with it as far as it overheating or getting too cold. It's worked in all of those conditions year round. So I do enjoy the camera. It works really well, super easy to install. And then as far as maintenance, you do have to charge the batteries, so it does work on a battery, of course. You simply bring in the camera on a day that I'm not working, I plug it in and it charges. I typically just leave them plugged in for the day. I do not have to charge these very often. It's been 2 months, 3 months in some cases that I can go before having to charge it again. It's not a headache, it's not an issue. The only issue I could see is if the camera was in a hard to reach place. For me, they're accessible with a ladder. Simply get up there, get the camera off, charge it, done. And then of course for the peace of mind and the usability, they work great. You can put them anywhere. They detect motion, they record, and then they alert you that there was a motion detected. So you can simply check in anywhere that you can get on your phone and you have phone access to apps, applications, the internet, whatever. You can see what's going on at the house. And then, we've had them for 4 years, never seen anything that would worry us, but it gives us that peace of mind to know what's going on around the house when we're not here. The most exciting thing that I ever picked up was me falling on ice. So there you go. That is my experience with the Arlo Pro. Now, as far as cost for this is considered one of the legacy versions. The older versions, the Arlo Pro, the Pro 2, I think they had a baby indoor kind of one as well. You actually don't have to pay a subscription fee for that. So you get the 7-day rolling period of recordings for free. However, the newer versions, if you want the 2K, the 4K, and some other features, if you want a longer library of recordings, then you will have to pay for that. But at the moment, at the time of this recording, this is a legacy version and the 7-day rolling period is free. So the only cost to this was the actual camera itself. So this system was the only cost that I had for this camera. For the 4 years, it's definitely been worth it as far as value, and I would highly recommend that somebody research it or consider it as one of their options if you're looking at getting some type of home security system just to see what's going on around the house. So again, my name is Drew. I do DIY around the house type of stuff. If you'd like to see more, please check out some of the other videos. If you want to, you can like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.